What's up guys, today we'll be going over the two new Iron Banner perks this season. The first one being Iron Gaze, massively improves weapon target acquisition at the cost of weapon range. Then the other perk Iron Grip, massively improves weapon stability at the cost of reload speed. So we will be breaking down exactly what these two perks do, so let's go ahead and begin. Starting off with the first one, Iron Grip, which is going to be the one where we get more stability at the cost of reload speed, plus 18 stability but negative 36 reload speed. So first looking at the reload speed difference, first without the perk it's going to take 1.902 seconds. Now with the perk it's going to be a lot slower at 2.436 seconds, meaning it reduces our reload speed on this AR by 28%, which is quite a big chunk. But what it'll do is increase our stability. So looking at that, first on mouse and keyboard, honestly, if anything, the perk is worse. It has more vertical recoil and pretty much the same horizontal recoil as without. Now on controller, once again, pretty much the same thing on the AR. It drifts way more to the right. Then once again, while ADS, if anything, the one with the perk goes more to the right, and that's pretty much it. You can also get this perk on the new sidearm. And once again, look at the reload difference. Without the perk, 1.552. Now with the perk, it's going to be quite a bit slower at 2.069, meaning with the perk it's going to be 33% slower, which is once again a pretty good chunk, but at the same time we'll then get more stability. And this one, unlike the AR, it is actually noticeably better, not going nearly as high as you see right here. With the perk it was still below that mark on the wall, but then without the perk it went a little bit higher. And now if we do the same thing with controller, first thing I want to say is yikes. But the perk did help it out quite a bit. As you see, it was a lot lower. It did introduce some left to right recoil, where the base one went pretty much straight up, but it was a lot lower. So on the sidearm, using Iron Grip actually made the recoil a lot more manageable on controller. And I haven't even played a FPS on controller in like 3+ years, and I could still control it pretty easily. Now moving on to the second new perk in Iron Banner, Iron Gaze, which is going to be the more target acquisition by the cost of weapon range. So it's going to be minus 36 range but plus 20 aim assistance. So trying to see what that is in the game. First it hits 26 on the head, then 16 on the body for the AR. Now we find the normal damage drop off with the perks I have. It's going to be roughly right here, which is going to be 29 meters as you see with my Darcy. But now if we go ahead and put on Iron Gaze and keep all the other perks the same, the damage drop off will be a lot closer because of the fact that we're losing that much range. And now that is going to be roughly around here, which is going to be 22 meters. So we lose 7 meters of range with this perk, which is going to be roughly 24%. And that is a huge chunk of range and will make you lose a lot of gunfights. Now try and look at if it increases aim assist. That went very quickly, so let's slow it down. So the bottom one is the base, the middle one is with the perk, and the top one is with the perk plus targeting adjuster. And it's very hard to notice a visual change in the aim assist at all. It's going to be mostly a feeling. So if you play controller either on PC or console, please let me know if it feels stickier to you, because it's not going to be really something you can actually see. And I also tested the hitbox to see if it changed with and without the perk, and I didn't notice any visual change at all. The hitbox seemed pretty much the same with and without the perk, and it didn't seem to increase or decrease. So now doing the same thing with the sidearm, it hits 36, and looking for the base damage drop off without the perk on it, it's gonna be roughly right here, where we start hitting 35s mixed in with the 36s, and that is gonna be 14 meters away. Now we go ahead and put on Iron Gaze once again, so I'm decrease the range slightly. Not as much as the AR this time. Right here is where we start hitting 35s, which is going to be 13 meters away. So the range only drops off by 1 meter, which is roughly 7%. So it's going to be a lot better than the AR. That 7% still will be noticeable in some gunfights, but not nearly as drastic. And looking at the aim assist once again, in real time, it's very hard to see any differences. If we slow it down, once again, it's going to be very hard to actually visually see any differences. So let me know once again if you play controller and if you feel like it's stickier with the perk. The only thing I can think of that Iron Gaze might do will be increase the range of which aim assist works on the weapon. So as you get further and further away, the aim assist will help less and less, and eventually it won't work at all. But with this perk, it might increase the range of which that aim assist sticks to the enemy, but at the same time you're also losing range with this perk, so even if you're hitting more shots at those ranges, those shots are going to be hitting less. So it might not actually be worth the trade-off most of the time. And overall on the AR, I wouldn't recommend really either of these perks. Iron Grip seemed to make the recoil pretty much worse in most cases and not actually better. Then on top of that, you just lose a chunk of reload speed. Then with Iron Gaze, it decreases the range by a lot, which on an AR will make you lose a lot of gunfights compared to people not using the perk. Then on top of that, it didn't really seem to make the aim assist any stickier. But then on the other hand, with the sidearm, both perks actually did quite a bit. First with Iron Grip, it drastically helped the recoil on controller and a little bit on mouse and keyboard also. Without that perk with controller, the recoil is very extreme, so I would definitely recommend using that if you're playing on controller. Then with Iron Gaze, the range was only a little bit shorter, not nearly as much as it fell off with the AR. And if you feel like that perk makes your aim a lot stickier on controller, that's probably worth the trade-off of that 1 meter difference. So on the sidearm, you can really use both of these perks, and I would recommend trying out both of them on mouse and keyboard and controller. But on the AR, I don't really think either one of these are worth the slot. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for the video. I plan on doing a review of the AR and sidearm for both PvE and PvP. So let me know what perks you'd like to see me test in those videos. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.